What's very interesting to me as a gamer is to look to see where the industry is going, to look to see where things are going to be in the next couple years and where they're going to be in regards to accessibility of games. We know that the physical retail market is slowly dying. In fact, some have argued that it's already done, so stick a fork in it. But in all reality, it will be around for quite some time because not everybody has the bandwidth capabilities or even the data packages to be able to support downloading these 100+ gigabyte games that require massive data usage. Jesus Christ. As much as I'm a fan of the of digital downloads, and as much as I'm a fan of being able to have it all on one machine at one time, the cost of the hard drive is high. I have a 2 terabyte in my PS4 that's already filled to the brim. And I'm tempted to go and get another external drive to be able to afford putting everything else over there. Same with my Xbox One X. So obviously space is always an issue. So we keep kind of looking at Netflix, or at least other companies have been looking at the way Netflix has been going about streaming, you know, how they handle data, how they handle the upload process, and could they handle interactive content? You know, and now we've been seeing Netflix mess around with choose your own adventure titles like Bandersnatch from Black Mirror, or the Minecraft from story mode from Telltale Games is on Netflix as a playable single player remote controlled adventure. But what about other companies that are trying to do the same thing? And this is what brings me to the story that popped up on TechRaptor. Apparently Apple is planning a game subscription service. I don't know how I feel about that, considering the fact that I've washed myself of Apple products. I love the iPhone, but until I can upgrade the hard drive, they can suck it. But then again, with something kind of like this, I wouldn't have to upgrade the hard drive. I'd be able to pick and choose the games that I want to play through this particular service. Now, it says that according to 5 people familiar with the matter, Apple is planning a gaming subscription service. Seemingly similar to Xbox Game Pass, Apple's service will be like a Netflix for video games. Users will pay a monthly fee to have access to a variety of games. According to the article, the iPhone creator has been in private talks with game developers regarding this service late last year. However, those reporting this request to stay those who are reporting this want to stay anonymous, which again makes total sense. It's like you don't want to have, you know, you want to be anonymous, right? You don't want to people, you know, every time there's been like a phone leak or something, I feel like the FBI is on someone's ass in a heartbeat. But that generally being said, an Apple gaming subscription service for the iOS. Fascinating, isn't it? Right? Now, if you think about how much money app developers have made over the years in regards to their games, mobile games, it's a lot. And oftentimes, a lot of the big stuff comes in through microtransactions. Like, to give you an example of something that will make you really want to like swallow a bullet, Kim Kardashian's This Hollywood Life, upon its first year of release, was garnering an estimated daily, this is a daily earning, of $750,000 in microtransaction. 750 grand a day. $750,000 a day. You know what that equals? 250 million for the year is what she made off of her game, or what her game had produced in that first year. There is a lot of money to be made. But part of the problem that games have right now, at least with the vast litany of mobile games that are out there for either the iOS or Android, is, for one, the cost. It doesn't always feel like it's worth it. You look at a game, it seems kind of cool, you want to check it out, but it's like, it's $20 for a mobile game? Nah, I'm good. Right? You may not want to, you may not try something you want to try because of the cost. And oftentimes there's no demo involved, so you really can't get any feel for it, because somehow we've moved away from the demos of the world, and now we're into these weird betas. But anyway, now this idea of having a Netflix version of the iOS gaming is fascinating to me, because I think a lot of people would pay for it. I think they would pay $10 a month to be able to download one game, play it. When they're done, delete it, download another game, or however many they can have on their phone at a time, to be able to pick and choose which games they want. And if they ultimately want to end up buying the game, they could. Now, the reality of that is, would they actually go out and buy the game after getting it through the service is probably not the case. That is, unless they run out of the service and they decide that they would rather just play that for right now. Like Xbox Game Pass, for example. I had it, $10 a month. I never really played it. And only really the exclusives interested me. Like State of Decay 2 and was the Sea of Thieves. Crackdown 3 is coming out. So, I mean, I figure throwing down $10, trying it out for a month is going to be a good way to kind of get to see whether or not I want to drop the full 60 on the title. So there are good things about it in that regard. But I do think that's kind of where we're at for the next phase of gaming. It's going to all be digital. It's going to be all through services on demand. Now, I'm not suggesting that that is the best thing ever. I'm not suggesting that that is what we should do. I'm simply pointing out that that's probably where things are going to go. Now, it goes on to say here that allegedly Apple is looking to publish games on the platform, says two people familiar with the matter. That said, the company has refused to comment on the story. We have no idea how much it will be or what games will be available. The idea is still early on, and it's possible Apple may never follow through with it. Nah, here's the thing. There's money involved. They'll follow through. If there's cash involved, they'll follow through. If they very much want to move into this type of space, which you can kind of tell they want to because iPhone sales have started to drop, this is where they're going to want to be. The technology will get to a point of where it peaks, and the software is going to have to be what holds it for a while. And the same thing goes with console games. The technology will eventually peak, but still, and they'll always be working on new stuff, but still the software has got to be what sells it. People want to dive in on that. So if you got the brand new iPhone XL Pendejo edition and you want to get the newest games, but you don't want to pay out the money for them, this service would actually be great for you. Now, the developers of those games would get a small cut, so they would get something for people who are testing out the products effectively. And then other than that, you would get to see a lot of, you'd be able to try a lot of new games. So I think it'd be really good for a lot of people. I don't know. I kind of think, I'm not saying it's going to be the norm. I'm not saying I want this to be the norm for everything, but I'm not against a service like this existing because it already kind of does with PS Now and Xbox Game Pass, and having it go to a mobile device just seems kind of inevitable. But I leave it to you. Your thoughts or your opinions. Let me know down in the comments. If you guys made it this far in the video, do me a solid. Type iOS into the chat so I know. And then throw up a like if you want. Throw up a like. Help the channel out that way. Anyway, my name is Matt Jarbo. I'll talk to you guys later on. Have yourself a great day and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. You check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.